what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business.
Hello soldiers, this is Ghost 45. I'm back again, and yes, I took a little longer, and for the past week I've been sick, spitting out mucus and blood. That doesn't mean I had the coronavirus. I do have corona, but it's a beer type of corona. Like, literally this, like, you know, drinking beer. Not really. 50-50 chance that I am definitely drinking. I'm gonna be reacting to Nintendo Entertainment System games flashback with top videos with the staff. Meaning, I guess they picked up their favorite video games, so I don't know how many. It's only almost an hour? Damn. So I'm gonna get started. I'm probably gonna do at least 3 or 4 of them, and I'll probably do another one as soon as I can. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hit the like button if you like this video. If you don't like this video, just don't click the thumbs down, because if you don't like it, that's on you, you know, you watched it. I didn't force you to watch it. I didn't give you a choice to watch it. It's on you. If you watched it, it's on you. It's on you.
This video contains flashing lights. Viewer discretion advised.
In the modern era of gaming, the NES is best remembered as the console that began a shining new gaming empire for Nintendo in the wake of the 80s market crash. But to those of us who have played its games, we recall our first memories exploring the land of Hyrule, jumping through the Mushroom Kingdom, or facing off against deadly space pirates. Not to mention the various other infamous titles we either remember fondly or not. Let's go back in time as the team shares our personal experiences with the top 14 NES games flashback with the Tats Talk video staff. Double Dragon 2 is a beat-em-up game that follows the story of the first game. But in this one, Marion gets killed, and so the Lee brothers sort out revenge on the gang. And
the main premise is your girlfriend's been stolen by big evil, in big quotes, and you have to basically streets of rage your way through the streets and beat up everyone who gets in the way.
Hardest level in the game, for me, probably the Mansion of Terror, because that is just unforgivable. Very, very few enemies in that level, but you need like perfect jumping tactics, because the platforms disappear, and if you fell once, that's it, you lose a life completely. I really don't know why they added that level in the game, probably for challenge, but it's really, really unfair.
Hardest level. That's an interesting one, because anything past like stage 2, especially on the hard difficulty, gets ridiculously difficult. Chippendale took a rather minimalist but novel approach in that it recognises that as a chipmunk, you are basically powerless against anything that you face. A lot of the time you don't actually defeat enemies, you just evade them. But it makes use of the picking up of the blocks and the tossing them to solve puzzles, as well as deal with significantly more deadly foes.
I like the level design really in this game, because it was bright and colourful. The levels, the locales were really well detailed, but I like the fact that there was a lot of challenge involved, and lots of objects can be picked up, thrown at enemies. The music was really, really good in this game too.
This was one of my first encounters with the beat 'em up in my life, like video game wise, where I just run around and beat stuff up. Like, you know, there were plenty of games that were before then, but this one was my first one. And I thought it was cool because it was exactly what it was trying to be to me, which was like Ninja Turtles and stuff that was cool to me at the time, and Ninja Turtles are still cool, and Battletoads is still cool, so I guess it kind of worked in the end.
Visuals are really charming, and it's like a cartoony style game. You beat the crap out of everyone that crosses your way, or you get beaten up by everyone.
Worst level, I would say Volkmar Inferno. The reason why I say that is because you're flying on jets and you need like perfect reflexes to go through these sort of laser traps, and it gets faster and faster and faster. It's just really, really difficult. If people are saying hover bikes is difficult, this is just really, really hard.
It was level 9, if I'm correct. Like, you're being chased by at some point you're chased by a sort of gear. And it's really annoying because there are lots of spikes when you're going down. You have to make precise jumps. Also, the water kind of slows you down a lot, so it's kind of annoying.
Honestly, I didn't even get to that one because, again, I was young. I was like, I had to have been, I don't know, maybe like close to around the 3s and like 5s. So it's like I didn't even make it to the turbo tunnel. Because at that point, I wasn't really focused on beating the game. It was the concept that I was able to control something on the screen and like affect the world around me, which was beating the crap out of stuff, which was great. So it wasn't like, oh, I need to beat this level, oh, I need to beat the game, I need to get the high score. I was like, oh, you know, I punched something, that's cool.
I did not beat Battletoads, no. I got to Rat Race, I think, where you have to beat this rat to the bomb, but I could never beat it. And even with doing the rewind feature in Rare Replay, I still could not beat it, because the rat would disappear off the screen, so you had no idea how far he was to the bomb, which made save stating a bit difficult to do.
Yeah, I did.
No, never. I still haven't beaten it as an adult. I haven't had a chance to pick it up again.
You play as Scrooge McDuck, and you travel across the globe to capture, if I remember correctly, 5 treasures.
I kind of like Transylvania, but I'm probably gonna say like most people are gonna say, and that is the moon. Cannot underestimate the music in that level. It's so good.
Definitive moon level when it comes to the music.
Oh, it's gotta be the moon. The moon was always, it's a classic. I mean, the soundtrack alone, it's just so incredibly memorable. Everybody loves it.
I like the simple premise, like most enemies in the game can be like jumped on with the cane, but it like acts like a pogo stick. And you can walk up to objects and whack them like a golf club, and they go flying and hit enemies and other things. That's a really cool gimmick. But the fact is that you can go back to any of these levels you really wanted to and keep getting more and more money and diamonds and whatnot. So there's a little bit more incentive to just keep going back and playing and leveling up more.
Honestly, just the entire aesthetic, I've always loved, you know, the kind of Indiana Jones style treasure hunting aesthetic. I've loved it ever since I was younger. My dad had showed me Raiders of the Lost Ark when I was honestly way too young to have watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. If I were to direct DuckTales 2, I would go ahead and bring in the new voice actors from the, I think it was 2017 version of the DuckTales animated series, because I think, for one, David Tennant, if I remember correctly, does a phenomenal job of Scrooge McDuck. There's so many, and I always forget the name, and I feel like crap, because they're all phenomenal voice actors, they're great comedians, everything like that. But I think that would be fantastic, because again, I love all the new voices of the characters, so to put them in would be great.
Ninja Gaiden is another platforming game from the NES era. The game was based around, you play as Ryu Hayabusa, whose father was killed. Well, I say killed. He was defeated by I think it was an assassin or another ninja, and you inherit his ancestral sword.
Ninja Gaiden was a pretty interesting game. It was the side-scroll 'em up game, but it was like super fast.
Maybe somewhat similar to Contra in some things, but the difficulty being several levels higher.
I remember the game being confusing because it wasn't called Ninja Gaiden in our country. It was actually called Shadow Warrior for some weird reason. Okay, but in general, what I remember most is being flung back 50 feet when I got hit by an enemy, and falling into pits, and respawning enemies. That was a pain.
Monstrous difficulty. Like, this game had really weird mechanics for spawning enemies in the worst possible places, and whoever came up with the bloody eagles that show up in the game needs to be ravaged by those eagles.
I never beat the game, no. I got to, like, the second to last level, and then, like, if you fail at any point and get a game over, you're thrust back to, like, this other part again. You gotta do that all over again. It was really, really, like, a kick in the gut for that.
If I'm honest, I never defeated it.
No. I came very close to beating the game. The final boss is a 3-stage boss fight, and I managed to defeat the first stage and fight the second stage, but I could not get past the second stage of the boss fight, because even if you lose a life on the boss, regardless of if you have any more lives left, you're sent right back to the start.
Wow. Ninja game right there. I think I played that game before. I don't know. But yeah, this video talks about old video games. Back to the 70s and 80s and 90s, and now, like, now we got the PS5, people. Wow, man. And that really takes me back, you know. I played the first PlayStation. I got my first console was the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, the PS4. Now, am I going to get the PS5 or the Xbox One series, or the Xbox Series, or whatever that stupid system's called? But yeah, I played PlayStation 1 through 4. I'm wondering if I'm going to play 5. Like, I don't know. It's a possibility. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Part 2 is going to come out real soon. The reason why I haven't been uploading is the same thing. Been coughing up mucus, coughing up blood. It doesn't mean I have the coronavirus. Besides, I didn't get tested, because if I go to the hospital, they're going to say, oh, you're coughing up blood, oh, you got the coronavirus. No. I haven't taken a flu shot in, what? I haven't taken a flu shot since I was freaking 13, and look at me, I'm fine, I'm healthy, yada yada yada, and I know I'm drinking, but yeah, I'm fine, and I never took a flu shot, never took a vaccine, years, or whatever, but I'm not gonna take a vaccine, fuck that. Like, I'm already doing a lot of research on vaccines, and it's way worse than drinking beer and smoking at the same time. It feels like when you take that vaccine, it feels like you're, it feels like you're just smoking 500 packs of cigarettes a day. I don't want that. Screw that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know what to do, soldiers. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share the video. I'll see you guys in the next vid real soon. Peace.
Hellcat.